Crypto.com Crowcoin holders, I've got a video for you guys. So you're going to be talking about Crowcoin and where I think the price is going to be headed here, because I think that we have a volatile week coming up, and I want to tell you, while it's nice and quiet during these weekend low volume price action, weekend price, it's always low and quiet. I want to talk to you guys about where we're going to be headed, because I think there's a big move coming very, very soon, and we got to talk about that. So without further ado, welcome back to Crypto Report. I'm Maxi. Hit that like button, hit that bell, subscribe to the channel right now. Let's hop in this video. All right, we are starting off here at the daily time frame on Crowcoin, and there's a lot of things going on here. There's a lot of confusion here on the daily time frame, because we are seeing some very nice daily closures above the 0.0830 price level. This is the magnet. I love to call it the magnet because we always find our way, when we're below 10 cents, we always find our way coming down and testing it, as well as anytime we do test it, we usually bounce right off of it. Or if we break below it, we always come back to it. That's kind of how I view it. It's the magnet. But right now, I think there's a little bit of confusion here, because when you look at market cipher, you see we are barely just flipping green. Can you see that? It is so tiny, but we are slowly flipping green on the money flow. And guys, the money flow is basically when you see this huge red that we've been in for the past, man, how long has this been? For a very, very long time, okay? We are talking since January 9th, 2025, we've been in red money flow territory. That basically means that there's more money coming out of this asset than going into it. Well, right now, since April 25th, we're slowly starting to see us flip green. Now, the reason why I say there's a little bit of confusion here is because we are seeing the momentum wave come up kind of not with a lot of velocity. I would like to see this with more velocity so that we could be building a bigger momentum wave. But I think that there's a good chance that we do start to make our way up a little bit more. We could see something like this play out, where we do like this and then come back down. That's okay. But that probably would only bring us to a little bit over 10 cents. I don't think that brings us to above 12 cents unless we start to really see us do something like this. Create much more of a bigger wave. We need to have a little bit more of a cool off, in my opinion, if we are to go to, say, 12 cents, 20 cents in the short term. Like we saw back here, you can still be in red money flow and see a big price move. I mean, back here, we got the green dot on the momentum wave here, and you measure from where we broke out. Like that was a very large move. That was you're talking a 50% gain over the course of basically a week. And that was during red money flow. So I want you guys to understand that I think that what I would like to see for me to expect bigger price action to the upside is something like this. A little momentum wave comes back down and puts a tiny little baby wave like that, and then we can really start to make big moves. And as that's happening, you're going to see the money flow increase. That's when you see, like, that is bull market, bull reversal, bull market territory. So that's what I'm really keeping my eyes open for, because as of right now, yeah, sure, like this is some relief, but it doesn't look like full-on bullish reversal when you're looking at Crowcoin specifically. But there are some important things to be looking at on Bitcoin and the traditional market that could be indicating that we are getting ready to see that bull reversal. So looking at Crowcoin right now, we're seeing it rank 43, up about 9.27% in the past 7 days, down about 1% in the past 24 hours. Guys, not much is happening. It's the weekend. This is how it goes. The weekend price action. When there's no big rally happening, like a no multi-week rally happening, usually the weekends are very quiet. There's thin order books. The price is easily manipulated, but usually the price somewhat just flatlines from Friday close to Monday open. Usually it's as if there was no weekend, even though you can sometimes have some volatile weekend price action, but it's usually very just sharp swings to the upside and downside, just kind of like liquidity sweeps. So you need to, I would not recommend trading on the weekends. It's very, very risky unless we are in a more bull market. If we were going through a multi-week rally, I'd say, yeah, if you really want to trade on the weekends, sure, go ahead. But as of right now, I'm very cautious. So we're sitting at a $2.43 billion market cap, $22 million 24-hour volume. Nothing to really. We've been sitting at this level for for weeks, guys. Like Bitcoin is starting to heat up a little bit, and as we see Bitcoin heat up, we should see that start to bleed over into the more riskier assets, altcoins, aka Cronos. And you look at the overall market right now, Bitcoin's at 94.5. We are playing with a very important price level, and I've been talking about that, and I'll talk more about that in this video of really the pivot point. And I think that this week, after this lull we've been having over the previous few weeks, I think that we're starting to get moved closer towards a bigger week into the beginning of May and really into the I think May is going to be a big month, but I think we could see relief into the beginning of May. We've been seeing it play out with Bitcoin, and I think that we'll probably see that bleed over into alts as well for the next 2 weeks or so. But guys, if you do want to take advantage of this volatility, because there will be volatility and it will be coming, check out in the description box below or pinned comment down below. We have a $5,000 sign bonus to Blowfin. All you can do is click that link, deposit, trail a bit. You get a bunch of free money. As well as if you guys want to go to the Bitcoin conference in Las Vegas, Nevada, feel free to use our link. You get 10% off. It's a little bit of an affiliate link. You'll probably see Kip and I there. Come take a picture. Come say hi. It'd be cool to meet some of you guys. So if you want to do that, check that out as well. But so let's talk about this pivot point, all right? So we're flirting with this blue line here at 94,400 or so, 94,500, all right? We're treating it right now as resistance. We've had some wicks above on the daily time frame, but what I really want to see is some closures above 94,000. Something would be cool like on the weekly, like getting closures on the weekly above 94K would be very big. 95K would be nice signal in my opinion. As long as we don't see like a bearish engulfing candle like that, then we're setting up to test for new all-time highs on the weekly time frame. But on the daily, like this is the beginning of a potential bullish reversal. And we're seeing it play out. Back here was our first, I was calling it. I said this is the first step at a bullish reversal, closing above 83,000. And look what happened, guys. After that, I said it was going to happen. There's a good step this is the good first step at getting us to a bullish reversal. And we saw a 13.5% gain on Bitcoin over the coming days. That's very, very nice. Like that's right on target with our potential for a bullish reversal. The next step here is, all right, do we cool off and maybe make our way down to 88K and bounce back and start to head our way up? And that would really be, down here and then put in our first higher low, our first step at a full bullish reversal like that. And I would say, all right, guys, we are in a bullish reversal here. We need to be paying attention because we're probably going to be heading for a double top territory, which is anywhere over $105,000 and probably going to be testing near 120K. Or are we going to just get ready to make our way down from here? And that's why we really are at a very important pivot point. And as of right now, guys, I am cautiously optimistic. That's what I've been saying. Especially so we're kind of in the same territory with the traditional market. And the traditional market is really pushing crypto. I see a lot of people calling the decoupling and whatnot. No. Just no. No, it's not decoupling, all right? Decoupling takes years, okay? You can't just see a little bit of a decoupling happening in a daily or even a weekly time frame and say it's decoupled. No, it will. That's like over the course of many years, guys. So I just want to throw that out there. But I do want to say that we are at a pivot point with the traditional market as well. And this is arguably, I wouldn't even say arguably, this is more important than the pivot point for Bitcoin. Because if we reject off of the 5,500 here, yeah, guys, we're probably going to be at least testing 5,000 again. Like, I don't see a world where we, like, do something like that. Maybe, but, like, that's not even a move if we see that happen, if we reject off of this. I think that it's either make or break this week. Either we flip back over 5,500 and treat this as the bottom here of the terrible tariff narrative that we've been seeing, or we're getting ready to test and come into somewhat of a recessionary period. So it is a very important pivot point. So really what you want to be keeping your eyes open for is this 5,500. This week, you want to see closures above 5,500. If you see that, now I'd say, hey, guys, like Bitcoin's probably going to be making bigger moves to the upside, and it's probably going to be bleeding over into riskier on assets, like aka Crowcoin and altcoins. So that's my thesis right now for this upcoming week, and I think this upcoming week is going to be a very important time, and that's just why I'm throwing out there just a little bit more analysis here on Bitcoin, like you see a red dot on Market Cipher, but you see the money flow coming up. You can come and sell off a little bit. Like it makes sense that there's a red dot there. We're testing important resistance, and we really want to see us break through this, but it's okay. It's okay. It's not all over. We're not going straight to zero if we do something like this and we come back down to 88K and bounce. It would be perfectly in line with the 4-year cycle, the double top scenario, something similar to what we saw last cycle in 2021 and 20 back here. Like I'll show it to you. I like showing you this because this is too far back. Wait, what's going on here? Let me go on a higher term time frame. It just wasn't loading. All right, what's going on here? Give me a second here, guys. Here we go. This double top scenario, okay? Like it would be perfectly in line with this if we saw a little bit of a sell-off on the daily, bringing us to 88K, and then bringing us back to 110K by, like, say, September, Q4 2025, making new all-time highs, maybe even going to 150,000. Like, that would be very in line with the 4-year cycle. So I don't want to say, like, it's all over. It's not all over. We're just at a very important pivot point. But, guys, if you like this type of content, please hit that like button. Follow me at 333blacksea on Twitter. I'm very, very active over there. I've been shadow banned for the past few days. I've been bull posting too hard or probably just having too much fun posting memes. But I'm going to start posting here in the next few days once the shadow ban gets lifted. But that's all I got, guys. I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.